All right, let's walk through the session 2 pre-workbook. And this is about the competitive analysis and industry insights for the companies that you'll research in the future. So we're just going to flip through the workbook so you know how to complete it and you're able to get the most out of this pre-session homework. So it's going to start with the competitive analysis, and you're going to use Seeking Alpha for this competitor analysis. Going forward, use whatever broker or whatever website you want to use. I just find that the information that you're going to be looking for this homework is easily found on Seeking Alpha and is free. So you're going to go ahead and put in the company that you're going to dive into based upon the 10 companies that you worked on in the first pre-session homework or the first session all collectively. And now you're going to pick one company from that, preferably the one that you think performed the best. And now you're going to enter that company's name in the first column, in the very first column. And then the second column, you're going to go ahead and enter the competition. So company number 2, company number 3, and company number 4. You can put the ticker symbol or the name at the very top. And then from there, you're going to go get the revenue growth 5-year. So they'll have a few different options. Be sure to look at them, but you're going to get the 5-year revenue growth, the EPS 3-year growth, the gross margin, the DE ratio, and then you can pick a 5th option, and that can be of your choice. All right, so you're going to put in that information for your company that you researched previously, and then you're going to do that for your competition as well, and just kind of see how they stack up. And in this second section on this first sheet, what products or services set these competitors apart? Now, this you may have to do a Google search for. You may have to go to their investor relations page and look at their last presentation to see their last quarterly presentation or annual presentation to see what products or services that really set each competitor apart, including the company of your choice. On the next sheet, page 3, you're going to get into the industry analysis, and you can use Google, ChatGPT, your broker, CNBC, Seeking Alpha, the 10K report to get through some of these questions here. So what industry trends are influencing this particular sector right now, the sector that your company and its competitors are in? What industry trends are influencing this sector currently? Second question, are there any upcoming regulations or technological advances that could impact the company or its competitors? And you're going to want to know this for all of them, because if it impacts the competitors, it could be a positive or a negative for your actual company. You're going to learn a lot here. And then there's a little note section for any other things that you find along the way, which happens a lot. So be sure to jot anything down, even if it's not related to this specific exercise. On page 4, it's time to assess the moat. As mentioned, a company's moat is its ability to maintain competitive advantages over its rivals. Strong moats protect market share and profitability. And so it goes through the 5 different types of moats: brand power, cost advantage, network effects, switching costs, regulatory and legal protection. And there's a couple questions for you to think about this as you're doing this assessment of the moat for your company. So what type, then in the second bucket, moat analysis, it has what types of moats, if any, does your company possess? And you want to be definitive about this, not maybe, not kind of, sort of. Which ones does it have specifically? 1, 2, even if it's 3. And how sustainable are each of the moats that you list? Now, you might want to put a grade to this. I tend to like to grade things so that I can be as objective as possible when I research other companies. So if I give one company a grade A and I give another company a grade C, I want to be able to speak to the difference and why I gave them a different grade. Or you could just say, yes or no, totally up to you. And then, of course, again, a note section for you. Page 5, market positioning. So the first bucket is, how does the company differentiate itself in the market? Like, what are some of the things that your specific company that you're digging into right now differentiate itself in the market? Are they a market leader, challenger, or a niche player? Right? So are they the Walmart, or are they possibly like what's the company that just came? I can't think of the company that just came online, but are they coming in to challenge like an Amazon, or do they just carve out a specific portion of the business for Walmart? That's what you want to determine in this space for your company. What is their unique value proposition? What makes them a company that you would want to invest in and people would want to continue to use their services, goods, or whatever they provide on a consistent, ongoing basis? What's unique to them? And again, we're talking about moat and market positioning. And then lastly, you'll have a sheet here. Your last page on this pre-session homework are questions for the session. We won't always get to every question that you put here, but more often than not, your questions will be answered, whether it's doing your pre-session homework, your post-session homework, or during our actual session or your research. You'll always get the answers to these questions. We'll make sure you're good. All right, go get started.